I think there is in Henry Kissinger something that I also saw in a recently published book by Barry Guin on the inevitability of tragedy, namely the immigrants' understanding of America as a refuge and as a place for hopes and the idea of refuge, hopes, dreams. And Kissinger is far from being romantic about it, but I think genuinely believed, of course, that the United States had served that purpose in the 20th century. It had saved many who might otherwise have been killed by the wars in Europe, by the Holocaust. And that I think in that sense, he had a vision of the United States that although he would never have expressed it in quite the idealistic way that many politicians did, shining city on the hill, the hope of mankind, this sort of thing, he still, I think, fundamentally did see in the United States a force for good and force for what is important to preserve, the Enlightenment values. He comes back to that a lot. And in fact, in one of his last published pieces in the Wall Street Journal, when he was talking about the impact of the pandemic, he talked about the need to preserve the Enlightenment values that America represents. And I think in that sense, I think he sees in the United States a flawed, sometimes flawed country, because he's very critical at times of American democracy, America's political system, but a country that, for all its flaws, is a refuge for mankind and has served greater purposes in its short history.